What on everybody, it's your boy Is the Wiz here, back with some more Genshin Impact, and today we're going to be going over the Primo Geovishap. I hope I'm not butchering the name of this thing, but it's the Geo Dragons that was just put in the game. I was going to upload this last night, but I was busy, so busy yesterday and over the weekend and stuff. But anyway, we're going to talk about these. So to start this, you need to go to Leeway and you need to talk to this dude, Zping, whatever his name, Zping. You talk to this dude just to get the quest started, and it's going to show you the area of where the dragon is actually located. And when you go into that area, you'll notice that there's some little dragon enemies that's in the game now. There are just regular enemies around the map, and you can fight them. And the thing that I noticed when fighting one of those things was that it seems like they take your element and use it for their own. Because when I was hitting it with fire with Delik, it started using fire moves. I'm not so sure if it was already a fire type or not, but I seen it use fire moves. But what we're going to go over today is the boss. Now, I'm about to show some clips of me fighting the other enemies first, just so you guys could see how they fight and stuff like that if you haven't ran into them today in the game. But just know that these things are scattered all across Leeway, and they do pack a punch. They do have some good animations and some pretty unique moves that we haven't seen yet in Genshin. And if my hunch is true and they do take your element, that is something pretty unique, which I think the only character that did that in the game that you had to fight was the Fatui, the dude with the wind powers, where he blocked, then he steal your element and then hit you with it. So this right here is one of the, I would call him the baby Geo Dragons, because he is a baby compared to the one that you have to fight as a boss. And if I'm not mistaken, the one that you fight as a boss isn't even the king of the dragons. He's just one of the ones that's fought with the king, because his name is the Geo Dragon that raged with the king. And I'm pretty sure that that means that that is a dragon that fought with the king of the dragons, but it's not actually the king of the dragons. So as you can see right here, I was hitting it with fire, and then after I did it, he started setting himself ablaze, and then he started using fire attacks. Again, I don't know if he was like that before he fought me or not, because I didn't see him use any fire attacks prior. But now he's using fire elements, which I was thinking that he took from Delik. So I'm going to fight some more of these things, and I'm going to make another video to keep y'all posted on whether or not these things actually take your elements, because if it does, that's pretty awesome. And in this video, when I fight the bosses, it's going to be 3 fights, because the boss, when you come over here and fight it, it changes its element like each different boss fight. So I fought the fire dragon, the water dragon twice, I believe, but I did put both the fights of the water dragon in this video. And then the last fight I did was a recording with me and my twin brother Flame After Z, who, if y'all didn't watch his video yet, he posted of Barbara's new voice lines and stuff in the game. They really changed her voice, and I hate it. So I'll put that video in a link in the description. But anyway, about to get into this boss fight and fight this thing. And also, I heard that Klee had some voice line changed, where somebody commented on his video and said that one of her attacks, they changed the sound effect out. She used to say something, now she just got a grunting noise or something in place of it. That's pretty strange. But anyway, you guys about to see how this thing fight. So first thing that I noticed is that element damage really don't do anything, especially this is the ice one. I was shooting it with ice, but Delik element damage wasn't doing much to it either, until he was doing like the melt effect. And the only person that was doing straight regular damage was my Zhongli and my Jing, which both of them I had built with physical damage. So the thing about these dragons is that the physical damage that you do to them does the most damage, and apparently his geo damage does a lot too. But it's so easy to beat these things once I use Gunyu and what's his name, Delic, because I got both of their elemental mastery up pretty high. So, and then Delic got high criticals, and my Ganyu got high criticals too. So they do a lot of damage together. But as you can see, that's my Jane's max damage. She used to do more damage than that, but I changed out her gladiator set so she could get a wind set, just so her wind attacks could be a little stronger. Because I really don't use her as like a physical attack. I just use her wind moves. But this thing, I could see for like people, when my brother Flame played it, he didn't have like high criticals and stuff on his Delic, and also he didn't use like Zhongli at all. So that attack that it just did right there, where it spit water at the ground and it blew up, that you actually need Zhongli or a shield type character to put a shield on your character so that you won't take damage and the thing will damage itself, which is, that's pretty different from what we seen as a boss. See, it say use a shield to counter, and when you use a shield, you're supposed to take the attack and then it'll make the thing attack itself. It's kind of like the Geovishap. What? How do you say those things? The Geovishap. The little things that was the rock creatures beforehand in the game. You know how they used to drop these things on the ground when they dig in the ground. They roll into a ball and roll into you. That's basically the same type of logic that you're doing here with Zhongli. You just pop a shield and let the attack hit you, and if the attack hits you, you just blow up and then it'll blow itself up. So pretty much straightforward. Again, I think I did it right here, but yeah, see, I ran into it and then it made it blow itself up. So that does a lot of damage to it, and these things isn't that difficult. But like I said, again, for people who's like free to play like me, and I know the people who don't have all gold artifacts, it might be a struggle for you guys, because you got to get quite heavy crit damage and stuff, because this thing, it doesn't take much element damage unless you're doing like element bursts and the elements coincide with each other, like you using Delic and Ganyu, somebody like that. I know you can use Shingshu and Delic and stuff like that, but that's the stuff that you'll need to do to beat these things, and always have a shield character in this fight. And so the second thing that we was fighting, I went and just reloaded the game. We're fighting a fire type one. Now, I think this one and the lightning one is the two easier ones for me, because the fire one, he's a little different from the water dragon, ice dragon, whichever one was the first one, because this dude actually plays some type of rock on the ground that sits there, and once he's ready to do that big AoE attack, he spits fire on it to make it explode. Unlike the other one who was just spitting water on the field and then he made a big geyser of water that blew up. See, he actually dug in the ground and put this thing right there. And I thought I could attack it, but you can't touch it. And if he spit fire on it, it blows up. And it just sits on the field. Now that's his big AoE attack, which blows up. And see, I didn't pop shield fast enough and it did no damage to him. But next time that I fight this thing, well, I mean, the next time that he does the attack is when you're going to see that it's going to blow itself up. And it's going to take a chunk of damage. Oh, and I would like to mention that Zhongli changed as well. Because now, when you do that attack where he holds and put the shield on, there it goes, where it blew him up. But when you use the attack where he put his shield on, his E attack, as you'll use on PC, but his R2 on PlayStation, that attack, if you hold it, when he put the shield on, he actually made one of his glyphs in front of him now, if you didn't put it on the field prior. So that's a neat change, because now he's able to actually shield it and put his glyph down, so he could have both on at the same time. So you don't have to just throw the glyph out, run around for a second, put the shield on afterward, run around a second, put another glyph out, and it's taking all that cooldown time. You could do both in one motion now, which is pretty neat, pretty cool. I don't know if any other characters had changes like that, Other than, like I said, voice lines of Klee and Barbara, those voices has changed. And next video, I will show you guys what I got in the Zhao summon, because I know some people are curious to see what I get. And again, I am free to play, so I had saved up 3,000 something Primo gems for this. So there's really much nothing else to say about this boss fight. He is one of the easier, like, this portion of him was the more easier of the dragons. Even though he got like the terribly scary AoE attacks where he just puts stuff on the ground, they burn you if you run into him and stuff. But he's slow. You could dodge him pretty easily, and you could make these guys kill themselves. So he was pretty easy. So that's basically it for him. Easy claps, easy way to beat them. And like I said, you just use Gunyu and D-League. You got their elemental mastery up where they do a lot of damage together. Then you got this. So that's pretty much it for me talking and rambling on, guys. And the next part of the video is just going to be me and Flame talking and playing the game together. So if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And turn on notifications to be notified whenever I upload. And follow me on all my social media. The video isn't ending, by the way. I'm just leaving right now. This is me in the future leaving. And me in the past about to be up here playing with Flame. So you guys can see the lightning dragon. Which I'll briefly say that he does he does way less than the other two. Way less. He's pretty easy. We clapped him pretty fast. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm about to get out of here and just put the other scene of us fighting, because I know y'all probably sitting here watching me fight the water dragon, but I clapped this thing pretty quickly, so I'm gonna just turn it over to me and Flame. Alright, peace. Guess I'm using that as a thumbnail. Now it's easier to make thumbnails. Alright, so you ready?
I'm zoned in. Okay, I'm good.
Alright, so once I hit him, I'm gonna pop all.
Denied.
It's the one off
already.
Blaze over.
Stabilize.
Yeah, he's not hitting that hard.
Yeah, he only hit with 2,000 damage first up.
That's an 8,000.
I saw it too. On my screen, I don't know what I was looking at.
His elemental damage got nerfed.
Stabilize.
Access denied.
Wow, I should have left him alone then.
No,
no,
that's
that was
14,000.
Oh god, I almost died. I need a shield. Oh, jeez.
This is long overdue.
I might die, bro. Yep, definitely gonna die.
Oh, you ain't got the thing like I do where I could just easily get
No touching.
healing.
Yo, hold him off real quick. Let me know if he jumping towards me.
He looking at me. He about to blow the ground up though. He's dead.
Hail.
This is order. Gather.
Access.
He sure is good. That one was easy.
He was pathetic.
I feel ashamed now.
Hey, at least I got a video that I'm about to make with all 3 elements of it in there now. I don't know if it had any other element than water.
No, I think it's
fire,
water,
and
lightning, and fire.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
I got all 3.